So my question, well no, let me take some questions first and then I'll run to it. Let me open up to questions, hit me. Yes, sir.
Why is Wesker such an asshole?
I think the question should be inverted. Why is everybody else an asshole to Wesker? Oh, yes, sir.
Will Wesker be making a flashback cameo at all in Resident Evil 6?
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. I've not. If it is, they're using voice files either from previous games or they hired another actor because they didn't hire me for anything for RE6. So I without a doubt, I know that I'm not in RE6 at all, and I think they might call me. if I were, I think they might have called me. So, but I don't think that means that we'll never see him again.
I just feel like Alex Wesker is the second rate.
Thank you. What did you say?
I said I think Alex Wesker is second rate compared to Albert.
Alex Wesker is second rate?
Yeah.
Have we seen Alex Wesker other than a glimpse?
Apparently his voice is in one of the trailers talking to Ada.
Is Alex Wesker talking to Ada in one of the trailers?
Yeah. You have YouTube right there, you can look it up.
It's either the second or first trailer, I can't remember.
Oh, interesting. Well, there might be. They didn't call me for Alex. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna just start at the end and work my way down. Yes.
This isn't about Wesker, but underneath that video, it has something about you being on The Walking Dead. Is that true, or is that?
Oh, YouTube. There were some fans on Twitter that there was a fan, Nathan. He still is a fan unless I offend him. Who asked me if I had been on The Walking Dead, and I said no. And he goes, "Wouldn't it be awesome if you were on The Walking Dead?" And I go, "Yeah, it would." "And would you want to do it?" And I go, "Yeah, of course I would." And so we started a petition on change.org to the producer Glenn Mazzara, who's also on Twitter, by the way, and you can tweet him if you feel so inclined. But anyway, so did this petition, and I said, well, I'll help out the petition by doing some stuff, and then I started feeling guilty about it, because here he is trying to get all these people to get me a job on a TV show, which is what my agent does, and I'm like, what? I felt a little sleazy about it, so then what I did is I decided to turn it into a charity event, and said if we hit 1,000 signatures, and that's what that video is about, is to help get signatures for it. If we get 1,000 signatures, I'll donate $1,000. And then when we hit 1,000, I put out another thing saying, I'm only doing $1,000. So I think it got like 1,600 hits before it was over. And then, so I met with a lot of the fans who did a lot of the promoting, and we had a dinner, and then I donated, what they did is they had 5 charities to choose from, and you could either pick any one of those charities or all of the above. They picked all of the above, so I donated $200 to 5 different charities. So it was kind of a cool event, and that was kind of where it ended up. Glenn did direct DM Nathan after he'd sent over all the signatures and petitions, and said he was really impressed with the movement and all of that, and that they were shutting down in the middle of the season, but they would resume, and that he would keep it in mind. So who knows if I'll end up on the show or not. It would be pretty awesome if I did. I doubt I would end up on it playing Wesker, but it would be cool to at least get a guest shot on the show. Yes, sir.
How do you personally feel about Chris Redfield?
He raped my mother. Why you would bring this up when I'm trying to be all light and happy? Yes.
Fun playing such an iconic villain, because they always say villains are the fun roles to play.
And absolutely, yes. Well, it was actually a bit of a challenge at first, because I couldn't just go in there and create the voice and be that voice. I had to, in the very first game that I auditioned for, before I knew that Resident Evil was so big, they played Peter Jessup's version of Wesker, and so I had to learn that voice, his style, which was really intricate. And then when I came back for RE5, and I finally knew how big the game was, and so I was like, yeah, I'm back, and I've got the voice down now. And then I went in and they played Richard Waugh's voice, and I'm like, oh. So I have to learn a whole new way of doing the voice. And again, the character changes, so the voice gets to change. And it's me. I'm not an impressionist, so it won't be an exact thing. Which is why there were a lot of people that hated the fact that they switched actors. The reason they switched actors was purely business. They moved their production from Canada down to Los Angeles, and that was it. So then they just wanted to use LA actors for that. They don't fly. Video games don't pay a lot for the voices unless you're an actual celebrity. A-list thing, and so they're not going to fly him down just to do those voices, or do they didn't want to do phone patch because they were doing facial mocap, so they needed everything to be done at that studio. So that's why it was a whole switcheroo from that. And then but you guys were so freaking awesome after that and being so supportive of me being at The Voice, so that they kept bringing me back for all these other things. So I appreciate that very much. So, yes, ma'am.
So this question comes up a lot in different panels. Either you can do it for the rest of the panel or for the next few questions. Could you speak like you are Wesker?
Dance, monkey, dance! The thing is I haven't done it in a long time, so I don't even know what the things or the lines that I'm doing. So I'd love to make you a happy woman. I'm busy. So, but you know, it's funny is Wesker's voice is hard to do, and at times mistakes can be made. Oh, you guys have seen this?
Play it anyway.
Why? Where are you? Keep the panel. Here we go. So here's this one. So some people wanted bloopers, and I finally gave them bloopers several years ago. So for those of you who haven't seen it, finale speech, take one. I don't need anyone else. I have big balls. Sorry, y'all. Let me get that again. I have Ouroboros. In less than 5 minutes, we'll reach Vader's Death Star. Take 3. In less than 5 minutes, we'll reach the optimal altitude for missile deployment. George Bush will be released into the atmosphere. Ouroboros will be released into the atmosphere, ensuring complete global penetration. What is wrong with that? Yeah, it's saturation. Ensuring complete global masturbation. Gang. It's okay, take a breath. We're rolling. Ensuring complete global castration. Oh, fuck it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live! So those weren't actually real bloopers. I want to ask a trivia question before I go on. And anybody here know what the first video game that I voiced as Wesker that wasn't a Resident Evil, main Resident Evil game? Oh, I should have been looking up to see who raised their hand. Anybody know who raised their hand first?
Slightly before.
Who have you won anything? Because yours was the first hand I saw.
No.
You haven't? Okay, so I'll ask you.
Umbrella Chronicles?
That's an actual. Well, that's within the genre of the game. So yours is the second hand that I saw.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Boom, baby! Come on down, get yourself a Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
And a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Are there before I close this out? I've got there's actually 2 videos that I could play you guys before we go, but I want to make sure that I've answered all questions. Yes, sir.
Which anime or video game role has been your most lucrative?
Ooh, very personal. Which anime or video game has been my most lucrative? But here's the thing: is you kept the answers in the question. In that anime usually we're replacing the Japanese voices, and that falls under that falls under a dubbing rate, which is very small. Whereas video game like all of these where it's originating in the U.S. or they're simultaneously doing it in Japan and U.S. at the same time, so we're starting from scratch, then that's falling under a scale rate or a double scale rate of full voiceover, which is oodles more. It's still, I mean, as an actor, when I tell you the numbers, you go, wow, that's an insane amount of money to make, but we don't make it every single day. I get a gig this week, and then I get a gig a couple weeks later, or maybe a couple months later. You never know. I have no video games right now coming out. I've auditioned for 2 and haven't been booked on anything. So, and I wanted to because they were Russian characters. I was having fun. I'm not great at accents, which is maybe why I wasn't cast. But I have fun like playing with those little voices. That would be fun to do. But there's not been a lot of auditions either this year. It just seems to be a bit slower. So the lucrative ones would have been, actually, to be honest, was Resident Evil 5. I had, somehow my agent negotiated like it was a double or triple scale. It was something really insane, and I was like very happy for that. But a lot of games, they won't even do that. They'll just say it's scale and that's it. And then a lot of the games also that aren't even union, and then they're just paying, you know, like a flat rate of $400 for the day, $100 an hour kind of thing. So, and I know that sounds like a lot, and hey, high five back to you. No. Right, 10 minutes left here. They're gonna close me out early. Sorry, guys. I mean, not early, but close me out because I can't extend because they got something else coming to this room. Yes, hit me.
This isn't a Resident Evil question, but it's kind of a point about your acting career in the past. What was your reaction when that horse came into the wedding?
But she's talking about. Oh God, that is so. She's talking about. Wait, do I do it? Should I do it?
Yeah.
What the hell? I got 10 minutes. This is a short clip. If I can remember what it's even called. Oh wait, here it is. So it's what is my name? DC Douglas, and it's about a horse. Yeah, and it's sexy. Here we go. I think this is short. If this is not short, I'm going to skip into it. This is what she's talking about. Who gives this woman to be married? Welcome, everyone. We are here today to witness the marriage. I'm skipping ahead. Obviously, you know what I'm doing. Whoops, skipping ahead. This sacred union. It is our duty to honor and protect it, to offer guidance and support whenever it's needed, and to respect Ridge and Taylor's commitment and help strengthen it whenever we can. It's such crap dialogue. So I charge you, if there is anyone here who knows any reason why this couple should not be married, speak now, or forever hold your peace. Taylor, will you take this man as your husband, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him for all the years? He's a wax figure. Ridge, will you take this woman as your wife, to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her for all the years that you live?
I will.
Taylor, Ridge, it is my great pleasure, by the power of the church and the state of California, to pronounce you man and horse.
Okay.
Hold it right there, Padre.
What the hell?
Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time. So, in answer to your question, that was my reaction. No, well, they have a script, you know it's coming. So actually, it's kind of funny as you see there at the end there. I'm kind of like looking around like a weird look. They said in the script sounds of horse feet, like ching ching ching. So that's why I'm looking around, and then they didn't put it in the final production. So it just looks like I'm like hearing voices in my head. So it's very strange. Before I wrap up here, I've got with a final video here that's video game related, but very different than you expect. Any other questions? About Resident Evil. All right, I'm gonna open it up. Resident Evil, Mass Effect, whatever you want. Yes, sir.
What was the experience like recording for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, since it's sort of wackier than Resident Evil?
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, when I played it, I had an epileptic seizure. You know what's awesome about that session is it's so easy. It's like an hour and a half session or even less, and there's a couple cutscene lines. It all depends because I also did Raven in Tekken 6 and in Tekken versus Tekken. Yeah. Actually, I like what I do with Raven in that. Just so you guys know, if you play Tekken 6 and you see my Raven in there, I did not know I was playing a black character. I would have loved to have known. But if you listen to that voice and then go and listen to the way I do it in Street Fighter for X Tekken, whatever you say, that's the performance I would have done had I known. What's that?
I didn't even realize that was you.
Thank you. I don't even know how that voice goes. But what was cool is those sessions are great. Is you just come in, you got a couple lines for a cut scene, you go through those, and then I was telling people in the other panel, it's like Taliesin Jaffe directs it. He's a wonderful guy, and he's like, when it comes to efforts, it's like instead of trying to figure it out, he knows what the producers want. He's like, we're gonna open up the mic, we're gonna hit record, and he goes, I'm gonna do a sound, and you're going to mimic it. And I'm like, great. So it's like, hey, hi-ya, hooja. And you literally go through 3 pages of all these efforts in like 5 minutes. And then we're like, hey, I'm going to lunch. So it was an awesome session. And any other questions while I pull up this final thing? Oh, I didn't see your paw. Yes, kitty cat.
Do you wish that they would have cast you as Wesker for the Resident Evil movie?
Well, of course, but there's no way they're going to do that. One, I'm probably too old, and two, I'm not as hot and pretty as the kind of actors that they want to put in that. And also, I don't have the whatchamacallit, the TVQ or whatever. I mean, no one knows who the hell I am, so. And I'm not symmetrically perfect. This is my good side. This is my bad side. So yeah, it would have been fun. But I don't get those kinds of roles. I mean, I get leads in like indie films that you may or may not see. So, but I just did one in Houston, Texas, where I play a psychotic cop with a porno stash. So I'm excited about that. That should come out, and it's a very David Lynch kind of film. And then, and if this does fully happen, I'm doing a thing called Apocalypse Kiss, which I think is an awesome title. It's a kind of a sci-fi slasher film, but I play the slasher, so that's kind of cool. I shoot that in Pennsylvania like next year. So before I go, aside from talking about myself all the time, which I absolutely love to do, oh, hang on, we're getting there. That sounded so sincere. I didn't mean that. I was actually joking. I don't like to talk about myself all the time. Where the hell? Oh, there you are. So what I also do is at one point I realized, you know, being an actor is such a self-indulgent and focused and head up your butt kind of career. And there's really, I mean, I'm glad if people get entertained by the stuff that I do, and I'm really thankful for you fans. But the thing is it's not giving back the way that I'd like to. And so I do the charity thing, and sometimes when I have extra money and I can do that. But then I also do a thing in downtown LA called a mentorship program, where I'm kind of a big brother, essentially, to this great kid who loves video games. And so we're in our 3rd year together, and so one day he said he wanted to make he wanted to come over to my house. I've got this really big garden. I'm the gayest straight man you'll meet. I did this gardening stuff, and I said, you know what? We'll do a film short if you come over. So this is a film short that we did. So essentially, it's kind of an homage to the Youth Mentoring Connection, which is what I do the thing with, and also to video games. So you have to watch it through, and this is I'll end on this, and I'll say goodbye to you right afterwards. Here it is, and it's called Flower Power. And the internet goes out. Okay. Enjoy this place.
Joel, por Dios, ya te dije que dejes de jugar ese juego violento, mejor sale afuera a jugar o usa tu imaginación. ¡Joel!
flower. Go ahead.
You sure?
It's perfectly fine. Sure.
Okay.
You see, anything is possible with the power of imagination.
What? You crazy.
Hey, what are you doing in my garden?
I picked a flower. And I talked to a frog.
You're talking to a frog. You're picking flowers. What are you, a pansy? Flowers and frogs? Why aren't you home playing video games?
I wish I had my AC on.
Dude, not firepower. Flower power.
Really, kid? What, no habla inglés?
Oh, that's so...
Were you gonna hand me a flower? What? You were such...
Oh my God!
I love flower power.
Thank you all very much for coming out to my event. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I just appreciate you guys. Have a great time.